I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I know I talk a lot about, you know, listen. So here we have another push. See what they're trying to do. Okay, what they've been trying to do, all the while keep it under the radar, is trying to normalize pedophilia, make it so that it's this. What they're trying to do is make pedophilia the same as any other type of orientation. Okay, I'm gonna play a clip for you guys that kind of it blew me away because whenever I see things like this, it reminds me of how wicked this world really is. I'm like lost for words. I'm gonna play this clip for you guys. It's absolutely disgusting.
I want to quickly summarize where we are at the moment. According to current research, pedophilia is an unchangeable sexual orientation, just like, for example, heterosexuality. No one chooses to be a pedophile. No one can cease being one. The difference between pedophilia and other
Do you hear this? See, the world preaches about protecting children. The world hates those that harm children or do things that are abusive to children. They want to lock them up. If that's the case, why isn't this woman in prison? She's trying to normalize the rape of children. Do you see where this type of thing is headed? I want you to think. After hearing this, I want you to think what 10, 15 years from now looks like. This country doesn't love children. They hate children because they hate God.
sexual orientations is that living out this sexual orientation will end in a disaster. Right now, most of us feel discomfort when we think about this scenario. And most of us feel discomfort when we think about pedophiles. But just like pedophiles, we are not responsible for our feelings. We do not choose them, but we are responsible for.
We're not responsible for our feelings. We do not choose them. Well, that's a lie. Okay. If my feelings tell me to go out right now and rape a woman and I get arrested, I'm going to be held accountable, just as anyone else would be.
Our actions. And we must make a decision. It is in our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles and to treat them with the same respect.
One thing I would love to ask this woman: if you came home and a 40-year-old man, was having intercourse with your 1-year-old daughter, would you be okay with that? I would love to hear a response. Because if it's not something I can help, if I'm predisposed to be this way, and it should be okay and we should be accepting of people that are that way, then by my understanding, it would be wrong for you to be upset about a situation where you find a grown man having sex with your child. And if that's the case, that you're okay with that, you should be in prison.
We treat other people with. We should accept that pedophiles are people who have not chosen their sexuality and who, unlike most of us, will never be able to live it out freely if they want to lead an upright life. We should accept that pedophilia is a sexual preference, a thought, a feeling, and not an act. We should differentiate between child sexual abuse and pedophilia.
If pedophilia is not child abuse, what is child abuse? Do I have to walk up to a child and like butcher him to death for that to be child abuse? I gotta like kill the kid with a gun or it's a knife? I mean, what's considered child abuse? See, the lines are being skewed, and it's just such a bad time. I really pray for those of you who are parents, because you got to hide your kids. I mean, it's bad, man. It's getting bad in this country. I mean, not even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if this had happened, this woman would be arrested. It'd be national outcry. But now it's kind of like it's okay. Why? Because they've opened the floodgates. They've opened the doors. They've allowed the transgender movement to come in. And once you open those doors, everything's coming through them. You can't stop it. Okay? There is no stop. Once you say that's okay, you got to say this one's okay too. Okay? And that's the problem.
We shouldn't increase the suffering of pedophiles by excluding them, by blaming and mocking them. By doing that, we increase their isolation and we increase the chance of child sexual abuse.
So by her logic, by us being against pedophiles, we're encouraging it. So if we just accepted pedophilia, that would decrease the amount of children being molested. Yeah, right. Come on now.
Only if they make themselves recognizable, because they're not afraid of punishment, of anger and rejection, can we better understand the causes of pedophilia and we can improve their treatment.